What's going on, everybody? Matthew from therighttrader.com. Welcome back to another live stream. And this is a day in crypto like we've seen before where there is a lot of drama, okay? Today specifically, if you go to Twitter, you're going to see BUSD and USDT trending. I don't know why it's not appearing right now, but those two hashtags are trending in the crypto space today. And that is because BUSD is actually getting serious scrutiny right now. Okay, I believe it is very much FUD based, but the fact of the matter is now the US SEC is trying to crack down on the Binance USD coin, okay, which is Binance's native stablecoin. And of course, Binance is the biggest exchange in the space. When they're seeing something like this is pretty serious, okay? It's going to reflect across all cryptos, and that's exactly what we saw, right? So people are definitely panicking right now. And one of the crazier things that happened in the last few hours is if we go ahead and see here in the last 24 hours, it may not seem like a lot, but the Binance USD coin started depegging a bit. Now, that didn't last very long. As you can see, we kind of restabilized, but we aren't back at $1 exactly, okay, which is not normal for the Binance USD coin, since this is really supposed to be one-to-one. It's supposed to be redeemable through Paxos, etc., etc., etc. Basically, right, in terms of the back end of how the stablecoins work, it should be completely bulletproof. Now we're starting to see what is either FUD or cracks in the system. And what's kind of funny here is not only so did we see the kind of slight depegging of Binance USD, we actually saw USDT pump a bit. So this is of course a very small pump, but it started actually increasing in price. Now I wish I could find maybe a better chart here to show you this. Let's see if I can pull up maybe a better looking chart for what I'm trying to show you all here. Let's see on one of the exchanges. We can just do probably, there we go. This will show you. So basically, right, as people were starting to panic about the stablecoin stuff going on with Binance USD, people started going heavily into Tether. Okay, that's not necessarily a good thing because it caused Tether to also kind of destabilize towards the upside, which is never a good sign, right? Whenever a stablecoin is above $1 by a fair amount or below $1 by a fair amount, it means that there's instabilities going on, and it creates very big repercussions because we know that these stablecoins are to a big extent, and this is unfortunate, kind of the backbone of the entire crypto space. Okay, I mean, if Binance USD coin goes under, or at least at a very large part goes bust, we're talking about $15 million just with the stable coin itself, right? That's not considering how it's intricately related to BNB. And by the way, thank you so much, Blue, for that super chat. I had a feeling like you were going to give a super chat today. Thank you so much to start off the stream with the support. Really do appreciate that, Blue, as always. You've been awesome every time you've been in the streams, communicating with me, leaving your comments. So greatly appreciated. Big thank you to Blue. So like I'm saying, right, BUSD, very closely related to the entire BNB ecosystem. I believe you can even use BUSD to pay for the Binance Smart Chain fees. Maybe mistaken on that, but I believe I'm correct on that. So what I'm trying to say here is, there is the initial problem, which is Binance USD depegging, and then there's the or just getting banned, so to say, and then there's the fallout from that, right? And that could cause all of a sudden Tether to destabilize, because yes, initially, right, Tether is seeing a lot of money flowing into it, right? But if it can't sustain that, then what we tend to see when these stablecoins tend to perform very much to the upside like this, they tend to recompensate back to the downside. So what we don't want to see, right, is a situation where all of a sudden we see a very big buy and then a very big sell-off happen in the stablecoin, like something like we've seen before in other stablecoins. Okay, so that's something that I really want to make sure that you're all aware of, that risk. I personally think Tether is probably the safest stablecoin in the space, despite all the FUD that it gets. but none of these stable coins are truly, uncrackable, so to say, right? They all can, see instability. It's happened before in most stable coins, and it very most likely will happen again. Let me just check how DAI is doing. I want to see if this coin right over here, DAI is, the sort of the main decentralized stable coin. So I just want to see if this coin has been seeing some volatility. So DAI has actually been, it actually dropped maybe a little bit. That's interesting. Let's see if we check on the chart over here, what's been going on with DAI. So a lot of money is flowing out of Binance USD, by the way. So DAI seems to be okay for now, which, like I said, right, USDT and DAI are probably some of the better stable coins in the entire space. But a huge amount of money is leaving BUSD, right? This was for an article from an hour ago. I believe there's a lot more money that flowed out of it, and probably a lot more that will flow out of it in the next week or two. I'm telling you right now, this BUSD BNB drama is not over in the slightest. Okay, this is just the tip of the iceberg. Like I said, do I think that it's anything wrong that Binance did or anything like that? Absolutely not. I really like Binance. I still use them. I was placing trades on Binance today. I have quite a bit of confidence in CZ Binance, and I have quite a bit of confidence in Binance as an exchange, in its projects, etc. What I don't have trust in is the SEC. Okay, there is no logical reason why you can call BUSD a security, because that's what the SEC is trying to say. I had seen on Twitter, right, that one of the requirements for something to be considered a security is that there's the expectation of profit, right? We all know that, pretty much no one is buying stable coins as a means to, flip it for a profit, right? There may be a few scalpers who do that, but is that anywhere near the majority of people? No, 99% of people are buying these stable coins because they want to put their money in something that's stable, right? Meaning that they're not expecting to make a loss from it, but they're not expecting to make a profit from it either. So I think that the SEC is coming down borderline maliciously on many of these crypto firms. Okay, we saw what happened with XRP. Now they're coming against BUSD, right? Anything that doesn't fit their agenda, they're coming after it. And whether you agree with that or not, I think you should be aware of, the consequences of that. Now, one thing that was really not pretty is this right here, right? CZ Binance kind of said this as if it wasn't too much of a big deal. Of course, now he's trying to kind of calm people and damage control. But he said in a tweet, "We were informed by Paxos, which is the issuer of the BUSD stablecoin, that they've been directed to cease minting new BUSD by the New York Department of Financial Services." So not that they necessarily had to immediately, remove all BUSD in supply, right? But that they could not create more BUSD. That's a very, very big issue. I don't know why people are thinking that that's not a big issue. What this could cause is serious issues with the supply, right? So all of a sudden now, if people want BUSD, all of a sudden that's going to create issues. If people start selling off BUSD, there's going to be a massive, oversupply of BUSD. And right now, I'd say BUSD is not fully safe anymore. Okay. And I think the BNB token is going to see a lot more downside ahead. That's something that I had already said in one of my previous videos. And like I said, I actually had even said in that live stream that it wasn't necessarily going to be that Binance was truly at risk of anything or that they acted badly or anything, just purely based on manipulation and FUD, right? And of course, this is possibly coming from the SEC themselves. We're going to see a lot of panic in BUSD, right? I'm just wanting to clean up this chart here. You know what? We're going to clean up the chart entirely, actually, to make this clear, because this is really important stuff here. I want to remind everybody that in case, you're watching this and you're like, I don't care about Binance, I don't care what's going on. Binance is the biggest exchange in crypto, okay? The BNB coin actually, I believe, as of maybe even just a few days ago, was a top 3 crypto. So this has always been one of the biggest cryptos out there. You can see here, $45 billion market cap. That is significant, right? And now we're seeing that its stablecoin could virtually go bust, and the coin itself, right? I don't think the exchange is going to go bust, but I think the BNB coin is going to see some issues here, right? And I've always been worried. I mentioned it. I made a whole video with a price prediction on BNB, and I'll even consider shorting this, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie here. We can see that first off, we have this downtrend. Okay, we did not break out of the downtrend. Let's get that clear. Many other coins have broken out of the downtrend, even smaller altcoins, right? But time and time again here, we tested the downtrend line. Especially most recently, we almost managed to get back above it, but guess what happened? We went and sunk lower, okay? So this right here was very, very bearish. And it's coming at a time where I'm not super confident on how much Binance can hold these levels. I've been trying to tell people this, and I think not that many people listen. But you can see here that, we've been in this range for a while now. However, this downtrend line has always caused us issues. Every time we go near it or touch it, we start sinking lower. And now we have this whole FUD going on, okay, with CZ Binance saying that it could have profound impacts on crypto if BUSD, sees issues, which I agree with, okay. Now, the concern is that we only need to go basically below $220, which is not that far off from where we are now. In fact, from the current price point, that's about a 25% drop. And we're pretty much going to be in a giant free fall after that, okay? We'll have a bit of support at $200, but pretty much our next stop is going to be $150, right around here, right? That's in line with the middle part of this pump, because we never actually came back and tested these levels after this really big pump back here. And in fact, we could even go down as low as $50 on the BNB coin. The main reason for that is if you look back at the coin's history, right? All in this area, great move, whatever. It's a well-deserved move. I love Binance, like I said, but we never came back and tested this level over here, and we actually never came back and tested this level over here. And we know how these things work. When there's these open gaps, these are hints that we can come back and test the price, and now we're seeing how that might happen, right? It's going to be massive FUD and massive drama that has to do with the BUSD stablecoin. Unfortunately, it's not only going to stop there, it's going to spill over to probably USDT, and other types of similar projects. And of course, it's going to directly cause issues for many cryptos out there, right? Stablecoins are big on exchanges. They're big in DeFi. It really is a very multifaceted issue. One thing that I think could benefit from it is actually Bitcoin itself, right? Because you have to think, if there's no stablecoin that people can trust, well, what are they going to do? They're either going to go in cash, so leave crypto entirely, or they're going to go in Bitcoin, right? If they're going to stay in crypto and they can't trust any stablecoin, they're going to go into Bitcoin. Maybe Ethereum will get some of it, but Bitcoin will get the vast majority of that money. Does that mean that Bitcoin is going to go flying? Not necessarily, but it may not drop as much as the rest, right? And that is seeming true here by the last 7 days. It's actually holding up okay. Ethereum has been getting hit very hard here. And then we have, several cryptos across the board that are not performing the best. Dogecoin, Shiba Inu, Avalanche here, pretty big drop on Avalanche. And let me go ahead and look at the 24 hours. Don't worry, we're going to get to the Bitcoin analysis. Blue is asking, is the SEC specifically focusing on BUSD or Paxos as a whole? That's a good question. Well, from my understanding of it, right, they're not trying to, come into the situation they're trying to not attract more attention than they need to. But we all know what they're doing, right? So you can see here that the SEC is against Paxos, okay? The lawsuit here is against Paxos, which issues the BUSD stablecoin, right? They have an agreement with Binance, etc., 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 okay? But, of course, right, who's going to get a huge amount of the backlash is going to be Binance, right? Binance, at the end of the day, is the exchange where you trade the BUSD, and it's also the exchange where you trade BNB. So, Paxos is just an issuer of these different, they have, a gold version of a coin that tracks gold, etc. So, Binance is going to be in the headlights here in terms of how the market and how the media perceives this. But that's a good question, Blue. And thanks again for that super chat. So I just wanted to pull up here now the 1 month chart. You can start to see Ethereum weakening. And, you know, this month probably going to be a bit red. I don't want to say the full month, though, because what's kind of funny here is this seems like very, very big drama, but we can go over to Bitcoin now. I personally have been feeling like Bitcoin is going to go down a little bit lower, not that much lower just yet or anything like that. But it is going to go a bit lower, and then we're actually going to bounce very nicely and get that move up to 25K. Maybe even that'll be the run to 28K. Now, let me explain how that's going to happen. Right now, if we look at the chart, right, we're on our first support level here, right here at 21,600, sorry. Right around 21,600, 21,500. That's our first bit of support here, okay? Now, are we going to bounce off this? I personally don't think so. It is possible, but I don't think we're going to bounce here. I think with what's going on, okay, and I might be mistaken, maybe we'll see this happen a little bit later, but I do think that based on what we're seeing here, we're going to close the futures gap initially, okay? So now this will make more sense what I'm talking about. Is if we look here, okay, this was our first bit of support, 21,500. You can see that we got a nice pump. We fell back on support. Not too much to worry about. Now we're actually below the 200-day moving average again. And we have this gap right below us, okay? Very, very likely that we close this gap. That gap is at $20,000 flat. So, you know, I expect the price of Bitcoin itself, right? Because we know that these futures gaps tend to always get filled on Bitcoin. You know, that's pretty much been confirmed at this point. Well, we move over to the chart of Bitcoin itself, and now you're going to see that, yes, we have that initial bit of support, but we're actually probably not going to stop the drop until we hit that 20K level, pretty much 20K flat, right? Could we slip a little bit below that? Yes, but most likely right around $20,000 is where we're going to bottom out, right? Could be a tad more, near this 19,600, 19,700 level, but not that much lower, okay? And after that, though, the good news here is after, you know, we get this drop right about 6-7%, I think we're going to get a very nice bounce all the way up to, at minimum, $25,000, right? And actually, we could even go as high as 28,000, finally seeing that 28,000 level. So you need to balance out what you're seeing here, because I just spent most of this video, okay, talking about the BUSD drama, but there's a reason why I did that. I don't want you all to get caught up in either side of the things, right? This is why I've personally just been kind of trading the market and being very cautious, you know, with the longer term holds, because the fact of the matter here is at any moment in this type of environment, the market can flip directions, right? So yes, do I think BNB is kind of dead in the water for a while, and we're pretty much guaranteed to see 150, maybe even $50? Yes, and that might shock a lot of people, but yes, I think that's pretty much guaranteed to happen at this point. Now, some of you are saying, okay, well, why are you not thinking that Bitcoin is going to go below $10,000? It's not impossible, right? But before we can talk about Bitcoin going to $10,000, in my opinion, we're going to see that optimism come back in, and only after that maybe we're going to pull back down more and maybe actually get that move lower. That's how I see it playing out. Like I said, I could be wrong, but let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below, and also let me know any other coins you want me to do analysis on during this live stream. Okay, this is a pretty important live stream, probably one of the most important ones I've made in a while. All this news with these stable coins, you know, it is stuff that has always been a sort of Achilles heel for crypto. You know, we saw what happened with the Terra Luna stablecoin. Literally blew a hole in crypto, literally. I mean, that is main reason why Bitcoin collapsed and many other cryptos as low as they did. And, you know, if we're seeing this with BUSD, you know, that's almost like the whole Terra Luna Part 2 thing. The thing that's sad about the BUSD thing is it is very much of an attack on Binance and an attack on BUSD, okay? I don't think there's any problems with the BUSD stablecoin. I don't think it's a security. And I think that it's going to be, you know, only taken down by a concerted attack against it, right? Which is very different from the Terra Luna situation, where there was actual mismanagement, there was malicious things in terms of how it was set up, etc., okay? This is a different circumstance. Now, we have someone asking about ADA and XVG. I will absolutely get to that. Let's go ahead and pop over though right before to ETH. And thank you for that comment, Hakan. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. We got a bunch of people in this stream. Thank you so much for the support, everybody. If you want to make sure I see your comments, drop a super chat, or if you want to support the stream like Blue, just drop a super chat. I will prioritize your comment, give you a shout out as always. And any other questions, just let me know down in the comment section below. Of course, smash that like button. We're only at 3 likes, 11 viewers. Come on, let's get that over 5 likes. And also, make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, okay? You're watching the best crypto channel on YouTube. We're covering in-depth and doing this on a near daily basis for all of you. Looking at Ethereum, this is something that I was calling for about 2 weeks now, that we're going to flip a little bit lower. The thing that's good here is we didn't go into sort of unrecoverable territory. And, actually, at this point, we have managed to exit this, pretty much all these downtrend lines, okay? Which is good. Now, that's not to say that we can't necessarily fall a little bit more again. I don't think we're going to necessarily go crashing back to $1,000. However, we could see sort of this move down to $1,350, or maybe even, I think this is a bit unlikely, but we could see that $1,250 price. Now, I really don't want to see ETH go down to really either of those levels, and definitely not lower than $1,350, because it puts us in a much riskier territory where we only need to go back below one support level, and then we could actually see that $1,000 price point. So, in fact, for the time being here, even though this was a pretty nasty drop on ETH, it was not pretty at all. This probably burned a lot of people, by the way. That was a pretty quick 13, almost 14% drop. We did hold support, so we just came back to this level over here that we hadn't tested yet. Not too big of a deal. The question is, are we going to go a little bit lower? And that is possible. It's not certain, but it is possible. That's why I just need to be a bit careful here. Don't expect ETH to start seeing serious bullishness until it's back above actually quite nicely above $1,700, and it's staying above that. At this point, we really want to see a move above $1,800 to confirm another push higher to $2,000 plus, okay? But right now, we're still in pullback territory for Bitcoin, ETH, etc., okay? The whole BNB thing with the BUSD, that's a separate situation right now. That could cause, of course, downside for Bitcoin and ETH, but we're talking about BTC and ETH, how they're moving on their own. They're moving as planned, okay? So there's nothing to worry about, they're dropping. Is this because of the Binance thing? Of course, that's going to affect it a bit, but this was pretty much, foreseeable several weeks ago already. Especially in the last week or two, okay? And forgive me for my water breaks, but I talk so much in these videos, I got to do that. Please smash that like button, and also let us know any other coins you want me to check out. We're going to go over to XRP, and then I'm going to cover the coins that Hakan asked for, which were ADA and XVG. So we're going to check those out in a second. Let me just get to XRP, because I always cover, Bitcoin, ETH, and XRP are the main coins that I cover in every live stream. And then all the other coins are based on what you all want to see. So let's go ahead and check out XRP here. I'll go on a cleaner chart, because even I can't stand how messy I made these charts. This is much better. So we know we have massive support at 31 cents, okay? And actually, funny enough, once again here, I have to give credit to XRP. It's actually not dropped. It didn't even get the best news. I forgot what it was. I made a video on it. It didn't get the best news. Last week, it had something to do with that Coinbase drama. And, it actually did drop a bit, but not that much, okay? It actually held pretty well, especially today where we're seeing a big red day in the crypto markets. It's holding up. It didn't even drop as much as ETH in the last 7 days. On top of that, okay, now we're seeing, the SEC come not only against, XRP, right, but against many cryptos, including stablecoins. So it really should be dropping more, to be honest with you, but it's not. XRP is very strong in its ranges, as you all know. And this could continue, right? This could continue to see this up and down price action for XRP for a while, which is actually very good and not something to be annoyed about, okay? I want to remind you that, there's coins, very big coins like Binance, BNB, that are, at risk of seeing, very quickly, this can happen in the next month or so, at least a 50% drop. Okay. So when you see XRP that maybe is not doing much, maybe it'll drop 5-10%, that's nothing. Okay. You can completely ignore that and not worry about it. Let me go ahead and check out ETH here as requested. It's a good coin to cover as well here during this circumstance. It's been moving very similarly to XRP, and I've actually liked the price levels that Cardano is trading at. And by the way, I know there's a stablecoin that's planning on being launched on Cardano. I haven't done that much research on it. Could it benefit Cardano? Absolutely, right? These stablecoins do tend to grow and benefit these networks. But, right, a lot of people are very, very wary with stablecoins right now, which is understandable. And I would definitely be wary about Cardano's just based off the fact that everything we've been seeing with stablecoins. However, the price of Cardano, especially on a long-term perspective, is great, okay? This 35-cent area is, I'd say, fairly low risk. It's not that we couldn't necessarily see more downside, but I feel like we're kind of limited in how much downside we can see here. And our upside is great, right? Our upside is absolutely fantastic. I mean, we could easily see a 10x back to the all-time highs in the next bull market. And this was with a pretty safe, stable coin, so to say, that, you know, has been around for a long time, has kind of proved itself as being worthy of, you know, at least for now, kind of staying in that top 10 ranking. Now, in terms of how it's been moving, right, a little bit different than XRP. Although it is at a similar price level, it has managed to hold this this move higher pretty nicely. Now, we did break out of the short-term uptrend, okay? But I don't think that this is going to be one of the coins that's necessarily going to see a massive drop either. We have very nice support on these two moving averages over here, the 100-day and the 50-day. And you can see this this hammer candle where we got this bigger lower wick. That means that people were buying up this price level. Okay, for those who don't know too much about technical analysis, please check out my technical analysis master course. 30-day money back guarantee on this. You'll learn everything you have to know about technical analysis. Check it out in the description below. That explains all these candles, what all this stuff is. But yes, here we see this longer lower wick. That means people bought up these price levels quite quickly. Okay. That's a good sign. I like seeing that, especially in the circumstance where we're seeing a bit of weakness in crypto, yet people are still trusting Cardano enough, so to say, to buy that dip, okay? At least buy this pullback that we're seeing here. Fairly similar drop to ETH, but, you know, if anything, ETH should not have dropped as much as, or should have dropped less than ETH, yet, you know, ETH held up pretty well here. So, you know, some of these altcoins are performing very well here. And by the way, you know, while I wait for maybe more comments of yours on which coins you want me to see, taking a look at Matic. And by the way, make sure to hit that like button. I want to see over 5 likes, guys. Looking at Matic, this did pull back like I expected. But I don't expect this one, once again, I don't expect this one to just go crumbling lower. At least not right now, okay? I told you that we were a little bit high in this $1.30 area. We saw the pullback. We could go down near $1.05, maybe even $1 flat. I don't think we're going to go lower than that. Okay, I think before these coins are at risk of seeing any bigger drop, okay, like 18K Bitcoin, you know, maybe below $1 for Matic, etc., okay, they're actually going to pump a bit more, quite a bit more. So, for example, for Matic here, I explained right in my price prediction how this was a cup and handle formation. We're seeing the pullback here. Excuse the messy chart. Basically, right after we pull back here, we're going to make our move to $1.50, right? And this is going to be reflected across many coins. Might not be the same exact pattern, but the idea here of getting this pullback and then moving higher again is very likely across many of these cryptos, right? That's what I've been saying with ETH, that we're probably going to pull back a bit here, right? Could even go as low as 1350, and then we're going to get that move possibly to 2K, maybe even higher, right? Maybe even 2,500. So not all hope is lost right now just because of the whole Binance thing. Is there a circumstance where only Binance could get hit? It's possible, but I know that these coins move together, right? So at that point, many coins would probably fall a decent amount, but Binance, you know, BUSD, those could really fall substantially compared to the rest of the market, right? Or maybe Bitcoin will only go down to 18K, right? Maybe it'll double test 15K or something like that in a worst case scenario. but Binance USD could go below $100, right? That could happen. Let's see. Hakan also asked about XVG. Any other coins? Just let me know in the comment section down below. What are you doing with those likes? So there's 14 viewers, 3 likes. Come on, let's get those likes up. And also make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. You're watching the best crypto live streams on YouTube. Hakan is saying, I'm planning to add around 10 cents. Let's see. Are you referring to ADA Cardano or XVG? I mean, I assume you're referring to Cardano there. Yeah, I think 10 cents is a really good buying area for Cardano. Not financial advice, but I would probably even consider buying Cardano at 10 cents pretty substantially. Blue is asking, if BNB does have a considerable drop, would you say it's a nice buy or true risky? That's a good question, Blue. Unfortunately, I would stay away from BNB until it fully bottoms out. And even then, depending on the scale of this attack against it, and the damage that's done to its stablecoin, it could really take a long time. I don't want to say never, because it is a very powerful crypto, exchange and chain in the crypto space. But this could really do big damage to it. Okay, and I would not personally be dip buying BNB before it's any bit below $90 at least. And really, I mean, this is a circumstance where you only want to buy this when it hits the rock bottom. Okay, if you miss up on the bounce, there's probably going to be better opportunities, but we're talking about maybe the accumulation zone being somewhere around this $60 to $45 level. Okay, so this is really low. What worries me about dip buying this too early is the catching the falling knife thing. So kind of like what happened with Terra, right? If all of a sudden you maybe see it hit $150, right, and you think, okay, this is it, this is the bounce, maybe it could be, right? But very likely, based on the chart, we could easily slip to $100 or below that. Okay, and then basically what would happen is you would have bought it at $150, ate a whole other 65% drop potentially. And then at that point, right, there's no telling exactly how long it's going to take to recover. So you're going to be in the red for a while. It's not going to be fun to hold. It's going to be very rough, and that's why better to not put yourself through that and just wait for it to bottom out if you do want to dip buy it, right? And much better opportunity if you buy this thing at $50, then you can really get those massive gains if we see a nice recovery down the line. Okay, which by all means, it should recover, but this could do multi-year damage to the BNB coin. I want to remind you all, okay, that we are not out of the bear market per se. Okay, we aren't in the peak of the bear market anymore, but we're certainly not in a bull market yet. And I told you that don't expect too much for 2023. Could go a bit higher, 25, 28k BTC, maybe 30k BTC, but we're not going to see BTC go back to 50, 70, 100k this year. Okay, it might not happen in 2024. Maybe 2024, 2025, 2026. Those are years where we could start to see a bull market again, but not before that. And I think it's pretty clear that 2023 is certainly not going to be the bull market year, unfortunately. That doesn't mean that you can't be smart and can't trade these things smartly, but you got to be really careful. And as always, not financial advice. Okay, be careful, folks. XVG, I'm going to take a quick look at this one. This is a really old coin. It was very hot back in the day. It got actually a pump in the last bull market, towards the end of that bull market, as I recall. And, it's fell down quite a bit since. As far as the chart is concerned here, I mean, it did bounce like other cryptos, but I would stay away from this, okay? There's much better projects, projects to get big gains. There's really nothing that I like about this coin. I think this was a coin that's just best left in the past, to be honest. I'm sorry if that sounds harsh, but really, there's no point in this coin. Yeah, that's my opinion. I believe its market cap is not even that low. Let's go ahead and take a look. Oh, it did drop quite a bit, to be fair. This is much lower than back in the day. So the opportunity for, 10, 20x in a bull market is possible. But it's just a coin with a lot of risk. You know, this thing is a rank 431. Okay, it's not what it used to be. There's better coins out there. There's all those AI coins. There's more interesting coins that you could be buying for massive gains, in my opinion, than XVG. So I just don't see a point in a coin like this, and it's been very sluggish here for months as well. And that's, you know, not even talking about the massive drop it had. So no point in a coin like that for me. Someone is asking about Chili's. Connor O'Connor, welcome back to the stream. I haven't seen you in a really long time, but I remember your username. Let's see here. Chili's. So let me just go ahead and clean up the chart here. Got to get in the habit of doing this. So Chili's, this coin actually didn't do that bad during the bear market. I just want to see what the peak drop was on this from the high. It looks like it dropped 85%, right? Pretty typical for many of these altcoins. So Chili's here, right around 13 cents, just below that. We are at the lower part of this bigger range here. You can see that it has a pretty big range. The smaller range would probably be, you know, anything above 15 cents and 30 cents. But now you can see that we're really closer to this 10 to 15 cent area. And I really don't want to see this coin lose the 8-cent support level. I would consider it extremely bearish, and I would consider that the coin is going to be dead for quite some time if we move below 8 cents. However, if we can stay above that, then just expect kind of more of the same, which is going to be these pretty big swings until we see enough strength to get a breakout like we did in the bull market. That's my rundown for Chili's there. And thank you all for your questions. I love answering questions. I love helping you guys out. If you want to support the stream, drop a super chat like Blue did. If you want to ask me questions, we still have time. Just ask me questions. Don't be shy. Any coins you want me to take a look at, just let me know in the comment section down below. And of course, also, as always, smash that like button. So Blue is asking, do you think it's worth taking all assets off Binance in advance? That's a big question. Like I said, I can only tell you what I would do personally, or what I am doing personally. And please remember that this is not financial advice. But as far as how I feel with, is it worth taking all assets off Binance? I don't think, I mean, if it's convenient for you to do so, you know, it's never a bad idea to take your assets off exchanges, but I wouldn't remove, all my assets off Binance. I still think that it's one of the more trustworthy exchanges out there. I did remove, a portion, maybe half my assets off Binance, though, this year, just, for precautionary purposes, because I knew that it was going to start getting targeted, and now you're seeing this happen before your eyes, right? And like I said, this is unfortunately just the beginning of this. There's going to be more FUD, there's going to be more panic, and that's what's going to cause the coin to sink very, very quickly, okay? So if you want to avoid that and avoid putting, so to say, all your assets at risk, yeah, taking off a portion is probably very wise, okay? But I don't think that it's necessary to remove every single dime you have off Binance, right? Especially if you're maybe holding staking coins, stuff like that. I personally don't think it's necessary, but it really depends on your risk tolerance, how you see things going, okay? So that's a decision that you have to make personally, like I said, not financial advice. Any other coins? We're at 17 viewers. That's awesome. This is a very, very big day in crypto. If anybody missed what I was saying, right, we're talking about BUSD, USDT. All the eyes have been on this today in crypto. And first off, for good reason, okay? Now, like I said, right, it's not that the BUSD stablecoin is a bad stablecoin or anything like that. It's that the SEC is attacking it, right? There's no, I mean, this is exactly what's happening. Okay, you can read the articles, you can read the info about it. It's as clear as day. The SEC is labeling BUSD as an unregistered security. I mean, this is their new thing, right? Now, your regular crypto, not that I agree that it's a security, especially, the more decentralized ones. But I mean, a stable coin, calling it a security, it really, really is questionable, in my opinion, right? In my opinion. But we know that these entities have power, right? So we need to err on the side of caution, right? I don't think anybody can make a good point for going and putting a bunch of money in BUSD right now, right? we know that there's risk there. My rule of thumb with crypto, by the way, and I've used this many times in the past, and it has saved me many times from taking really, really big hits in crypto, is, and I'm pulling up the Terra Luna coin here to talk about this in remembrance of Terra Luna. Rip there. Where there's smoke, there's fire. Okay, you may have heard that saying, right? When you can smell something, something that's off, right? There's those initial rumors starting to sprout up. Now, like I said, right, maybe even 90% of it is made up, right? Just that, kind of a blood in the water type thing, where there's smoke, there's fire. It usually it leads and uncovers a bigger rabbit hole where it causes major panic selling. Okay, I mean, let's just remember the drop in Terra Luna. Could this have been avoided? Possibly, right? There is a chance that this could have been avoided through better management. But like I said, where there's smoke, there's fire, right? You don't want to head towards there. Okay, you want to head away from that. That's the rule that I've always followed in crypto. I'm not saying that you should necessarily do that if you disagree with me, but I'm just telling you what I'm doing as someone who is experienced in crypto, experienced in trading, right? Especially in this space, whenever there's even the slightest hint, right? Even if I know that there's a very big majority of it that could be nonsense, I just stay away from it, or will take the, I will assume, right, sort of that a lot of it is to be taken seriously, right? So if I feel like, there's going to be more attacks against BNB and BUSD, I'm going to short the BNB coin. I'm sorry if that sounds wrong, but, why would you not, right? If I know how these things move, and I know that we're going to see this panic start setting in, and I see these gaps on the chart, there's a chance that I take advantage of that, right? And this is coming from someone who literally loves Binance, uses Binance every single day. Actually, I think there's no exchange that I've used more than Binance, okay? I literally have a Binance referral link in the description, and I'm telling you this. But at the end of the day, right, if you're trading, that's what you have to do. You have to take advantage of these opportunities. If, of course, you know what you're doing, right? If we're talking about investing, long-term investing, that's a different set of circumstances. Now, any other coins you want me to take a look at, let me know in the comment section down below. Of course, Paxos is categorically disagreeing with the whole SEC BUSD security thing. Of course, they're going to disagree with it, right? But if it's going to cause, a whole XRP V2 here, nothing can stop what's going to happen, which is going to be a massive sell-off, a massive panic. By the way, another interesting thing, this was mentioned in one of these CZ tweets that he was talking about. He had said that one of okay, I think this is one of the things that he said, but I'm trying to see if there was exactly the bit that I was referring to. He dropped a whole bunch of tweets, so I'm trying to see if it kind of had to do with what he was saying here. So he said, we do foresee users migrating to other stablecoins over time, which I think is very good, right? He's being realistic. He knows that people are going to be scared of BUSD now to a certain extent at this point, and we'll make products adjustments accordingly, moving away from using BUSD as the main pair for trading. One of the things that he said, which I think is extremely smart, is it an end-all be-all solution? Not necessarily, but is it a bandage fix? I don't think either. I think it's a pretty good medium-term fix that could solve this problem for several years to come, is doing stablecoins, right? Popularizing stablecoins based on other assets or based on other currencies. Okay, so for example, a Swiss franc stablecoin, a euro stablecoin, right? That each country would have could trade in its own stablecoins. That would diversify the risk, not only globally, right, for all crypto users, but even individually on a local country level. It would probably be better for every crypto user out there. So that is something that I'd love to see personally. I hope they do move forward with that. So I thought that I would mention that for you. I thought that was pretty interesting. Any other coins out there, just let me know. Thank you all so much for those likes. Let's try to get above 10 likes. Just 2 other likes and we break above 10 likes. Show your support here for the stream. You can drop a super chat if you want to support the stream like Blue did. If you want to make sure I see your comment or just want to say thank you for the good insights that I give all of you on a near daily basis, that is the best way to do it. We're seeing Bitcoin and ETH bounce a bit here. This is to be expected, right? I would say we could even bounce as high as, I need to pull up my my messy chart here, but we could bounce, back to around $22,100. But I just want to say be a bit careful, right, to not get too caught up either, because just because we had above 22,000 again, right? 22,100, 22,300, we only can start thinking of 25K again if we break above 23,500, okay? Until we break above that again, we need to focus on the 20K target area, and you should want Bitcoin to hit 20K because that'll close the futures gap, which will allow a better move up to, 28K, maybe even 28K plus, okay? So we're better off closing this gap now. We don't want to go up to 25K or 28K and leave that gap open, okay? That's the last thing we want to do. Render coin analysis, please, coming from Costube. Welcome, Costube. Long time no see in the stream. I got you. Very good coin to take a look at. I've been actually eyeing Render myself the last few days. It's been very volatile, right? So I was eyeing it for some trading opportunities, but as far as its movement here, we see the bigger range it's in. We're right in the middle of that, right around $1.50. This is a coin that could drop a bit more here. It could go back down to basically, even near 95 cents, 93 cents or so. But it has quite a bit of support in this area, okay? We do actually have now several support levels before we would potentially hit that. I think there is a fair chance that we could see this move down here. But, we will also probably manage to hold up pretty nicely in this range up here. Are we going to pump any bit higher right now? I don't think so, okay? I think this was pretty much the high for the time being, this $2.25 area. But this is a coin that I actually like for the bull market. And if we take a look at its market cap as well, not only that it's a pretty cool project, I like the space that it's in. Its market cap is fairly small as well, where this could pump quite nicely in the bull market. But getting it at those lower prices, anything below $1, even better. So pay attention to a drop towards $1, 93 cents or so. Could definitely fall a bit here, right? And that's just because it saw such a massive pump. Okay, a strong outperformer actually in this market, 431% pump. Costube letting us know that Render is also going to go deflationary soon. I didn't do that much research in the team, but it does seem like they have a pretty smart team working on it, even during times like this. So I like to see that. That is good news as well with the deflationary stuff. Any other coins, just let me know. But I'm glad I got to explain to everybody this all this stuff with BUSD. Just a quick shout out to the Technical Analysis Master Course. Less than $50, and you get 15 video lessons in depth on many trading indicators. Pretty much every single one of the main trading indicators out there is covered, right? How to spot these buying and selling signals, how to spot trends, everything you need to know about technical analysis. Okay, so if you feel like your technical analysis skills are not necessarily up there, you want to learn kind of my perspective on it, this is the way to go. Link in the description. 30 money back guarantee. You have nothing to lose by giving it a try. Literally, you can ask for a refund anytime within those 30 days if you're not satisfied, and you will get your money back in full. We're looking at Ethereum here. We did see ETH get that move above $1,500 now, again, which is, good. Hopefully, like I said, I don't want to see ETH go to 1350 or what was it, 1450. I don't want to see that. So, if this was really the bottom, so be it. I think we are going to see a little bit more downside towards this 1350 level, but I think we have a fair chance of bouncing nicely off that. With that being said, buyers stepped in on these moving averages pretty nicely here. We see a very nice wick, and I don't think we're going to stop here. We're probably going to go a bit higher here towards at least 1550. we could even make a move a bit higher again towards 1600. Any other coins, just let me know down in the comment section below. If you want to let me know any videos you want to see, whether that's stocks or cryptos, let me know as well in the comment section below. That's why I make these videos, right? To get your feedback. So please, please, please do let me know. And keeping an eye on all this. Right now, 1510 for ETH. As far as Bitcoin is concerned, we're looking at right around 21,800. Like I said, this could go up a decent amount higher before we maybe see a bit more of a pullback, okay? But there's just too many signs of seeing the 20K level here, in my opinion. You know, don't be surprised, though, if we even manage to stretch out BTC up back to 22,500 again, just to flip back again to 20K. Okay, that can definitely happen. I mean, what I'm trying to say here is I believe this drop that we saw right here, okay, set things in motion to pretty much guarantee us seeing 20K right now. Okay, so I just drew the downtrend line. What I think is going to happen is we're going to get this pretty sharp drop to 20K, and then we're going to bounce out of this. Smash that like button if you enjoyed that analysis. Any other questions? Now is your time. Comment section down below. Let me know. We'll take a little water break in the meantime while I wait for any questions. Costube is asking about Pyre and FET. Let's see here. Now, FET, I would like to cover this coins, but I think I might post some premium content regarding this coin and others, so I do not want to cover it in this analysis. That's going to be paid content only, premium content. But Pyre, I can definitely cover this. I haven't been keeping up too much with Pyre here, but a lot of people are excited about this coin for the next bull market. So it was really strong in the last one. Let's see if I can find a better long-term chart here. I'm not liking these charts. Yeah, I guess this is the longest term one. It's been extremely flat, right? Not to say that that's necessarily the end of the world in this type of market. It's not that big of a deal. How much of a bounce did it get from the bottom? About 50%, so not the strongest move. Actually, sorry, no, a little bit more than that. You know, it probably moved up, yeah, about 100%. But, you know, hasn't been an outperformer or anything like this. Needs more time, probably. I expect more consolidation in this range. And, you know, we do have some very nice targets above, I will say. Looking at this 17, probably even $20 level. You know, as soon as this thing goes above $5 and can stay above that, it's pretty much just going to go flying, right? Because it had a very sharp drop back here and even back here. So this has some nice room to get some really nice you know, upwards price action once it breaks out, okay? But the keyword is only once it breaks out. Initial target of 380% there. Okay, and with that being said, folks, I'm going to wrap up this live stream. Covered a lot of good stuff. Keep in mind everything I told you. Also keep in mind none of this is financial advice. I want to thank Blue for the super chat today for helping support this live stream. It's people like Blue who make these videos possible for all of you. Big thank you to Blue, as always. Been around since the beginning of these live streams. Always gave back, always supported. Gave super chats, regularly comments. Awesome guy. Costume thing, thank you for your analysis, no problem. And with that being said, folks, I will see you all very soon. Have a great day. Stay cautious out there in crypto, right? Especially with everything that's going on. Don't get too caught up on either side, right? Take it day by day. And of course, I'll see you all very soon for another live stream and more videos as well. Have a good day, everybody.